trying to adjust.
You're doing really well.
Thank you very much. And this is so amazing. I love this like platform because it goes to everything. It goes to Facebook, whatever platforms you wanted to go to. It goes to everything one time. And you don't have to do anything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I love this thing. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you guys, I just want you guys to know this, any of these shows are going to be on the Honor Society. Only for this month, we're going to have it showcasing on YouTube and Facebook. But after this, it's only going to be in the Honor Society because it's premium access and it's premium membership and it's premium information that only the students of the Honor Society have access to. And you guys are in for a really, really good treat. We have Miss Kendra Stephen in, and she is my trademark attorney. And we're going to wait till the room fills up a little bit more before we start talking so we don't have to say things twice or people ask questions, you know, asking the same thing you've already answered.
I hear you. Well, thanks for having me, Nikki.
Thank you for agreeing to. I'm so happy that you said yes. I was like, please, I need you. And let me tell you. So, you know, you told me to make sure that I cover all my bases and make sure I get my domain with the bubble babes with the S, right? So after everything, and I went to go do it, guess what? It's freaking thousands of dollars for me to get it. Thousands of. Did you buy my name, Kendra?
No, I did not, but I warned you.
Trying to teach me a lesson.
I warned you about that. I was like, girl, that page getting too much traction. The one next to it is going to be expensive. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. I hope you went and got it anyway, though.
Well, no, I did not, because at one page it said $8,000, another page said $9,000, and then I looked at this. I was like, well, who owns it? Somebody who knows me has to own this page. I'm pretty sure, right? Because at first it did belong to like a porno site. It did, but I'm like, somebody must have seen like the business was still going on and they went and they bought it. So now I have to see what I can do to get it. I got to negotiate.
Hi, everyone. I did warn her. She did get this warning before her attorney was looking out for her. Let me just make sure the record reflects her attorney was looking out and said, snap this up. And she's like, eh. And then see.
I'll wait. Yep.
You see, your attorney be, as the kids would say, your attorney be knowing. Your attorney
be knowing. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. But you're doing amazing. Right? I've been looking at your videos on Instagram. I'm like, look, she about to make me spend all my Christmas coins. I personally haven't done my Christmas shopping yet, but when I do, honey, the Amazon packages ain't gonna stop, okay?
I didn't start mine either. I did not start mine either, but I was waiting to get under from all this Christmas, like the orders and everything like that, so I can focus, because I can't focus. I can't shop. I can't, you know, I'm not paying attention. I'm doing too many things. So now that it's died down, I got my last order out today. So we're in business now.
Oh, you are amazing. Let me just say, you are a hardworking lady. This brand has grown so much. And girl, you ain't stopping. It's $1 billion brand, honey.
I'm telling you, I am not. And we got to talk when we get off of this. Well, after, you know, you on your world tour. So after you get a second, we have to talk, because I need to ask you some stuff. But let me introduce you guys to Kendra, because I found Kendra. I went to Spectacular's. He had some seminar, and he had a bunch of speakers in, and Kendra was one of the speakers. Now, let me tell you, my brand was not trademarked for 10. I'm at 11 years now. So 10 years, my brand was not trademarked, because I thought I was okay because I incorporated it. I'm like, oh, I'm just fine. If I have an LLC, I'm good, right? And so she got on there and she told all of my business up there. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I need to speak to her because I think I need to get my brand on my name trademark because she's saying that I'm really not protected in these streets. So I went and I hired her to trademark my brand. Now you guys have to do this from the very, very beginning. And she discusses, what you should and should not trademark, and even things that you think that you should not trademark, you should, because you're not protected. So you have to be protected. So I wanted to share that with you to tell you that I was unprotected in these streets for 10 years until Spectacular Seminar. And then and then I got Miss Kendra Stephen. Yes. So tell us about yourself.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know you was out here for a whole 10 years, y'all.
Oh yes, in these streets.
Well, thank you for having me. Like you said, my name is Kendra Stephen. I am a brand protector, also known as a trademark lawyer. And I work with entrepreneurs, entertainers, and professional athletes. And I help them protect their brand as well as increase their brand value. So our motto at our firm is protect to profit. So we want you to invest in brand protection that will lead to having an impact on your bottom line. So that's what we do. That is what we do.
So what kind of things should people like? Okay, so we have a lot of newcomers. Well, not newcomers, new business owners here.
Okay.
So what should they do first? Like what should they protect first?
Oh, that is a great question. So when you are first starting out, before you even set up your LLC or your corporation, you should speak with me. I'm not even gonna say you're a trademark lawyer. Just hire me.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Speak with me. Have a proper search done, because if your LLC or corporation, it has the name of someone else's trademark in it, you can get sued. So you want to get clearance from the get-go, right? And you always want to start off with your name. You always want to start off with your name. I know some people are like, well, what if I make my brand a no name? Honey, they're still going to name your brand. They're going to be like, oh, the one with the yellow cap, or, the one with the white label. They're going to find some way to identify you. Because what we're doing when we talk about brand protection is we're protecting in your competitive advantage, your brand's identity, all the pieces of your brand that people look for, identify your brand with, right? For example, if I say, girl, the brown truck just delivered a package, what company am I talking about, Nikki?
UPS.
Good. Now, for a second there, girl, baby, my boot thing came home and he had a blue box. What company is that blue box from?
Tiffany's.
Okay. Identifying things. Oh, and then I went ahead and put on my heels, and girl, they had red at the bottom of them. Red bottoms. Christian Louboutin, right?
I'm like, I know it. You got me on the spot.
She had it. Let me scoot over. She changed the angle on me.
Yeah, sorry. You were so tiny. I'm like, I had to squint.
Right. So we're thinking about all these things that people use and you use to help your brand stand out in the marketplace. That's what we are talking about. And a lot of times, though, people are so focused on trademarks. That's a part of it. In actuality, Nikki, brand protection includes trademarks, patents, copyrights, and contracts. But most importantly, the other part most people forget, monitoring and enforcement, right? And I can go into that some more. Let me, Nikki, you give me the floor. I'm going to run with it. So
go ahead. This is like a mini master class. Give them the information.
Okay. So when we're talking brand protection, we're talking about trademarks, which is what you use to protect your brand assets, right? Your name, your logo, your slogan, your color. We can protect scent. We can protect shapes. So, sound is also protected. If my son's watching TV and I hear a certain sound, it's like, ta-da. I'm like, oh, what you watching on Netflix? Right? That's the trademark sound, right? Or, for example, if he's like, okay, I look at the bottle he's about to drink from it, and I already know from the shape of the bottle it's Coca-Cola. These are all elements of that brand, right? And we call it the petty area of law, because we literally can protect your brand all the way down to the hashtag or even the smell.
Okay.
Shapes too. Shapes are protectable. Motion, like Lamborghini doors, the way they go up, that's protected, right? So it's like all these things that basically your competitor, you don't want them to copy because that's what you're known for. And then you look at copyright, which is about the right to copy, right? So when you write a book, your course material, your video, your music, your those are all things that you protect under copyright because it's the right to copy. Then patents are all about your inventions, right? And they don't have to be like super technical. They can be a really simple invention. For example, there someone owns a patent on, when you go through the airport, you take off
Mm-hmm.
your shoes, and you go through security, right? The process of bringing those bins back to where more people can get them is
Mm-hmm.
protected under patent law.
That roly thing?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Right. And so then patents are great. Your brand should have some if you can get some in there. You can even have design patents. The way certain things are designed are protected under patents. And then we talk about contracts where you hire people and you bring them to work for your business. Any contractors, photographers, any copywriters, they have access to parts of your business, right? They have access to
Mm-hmm.
your email list. They have access to your product list, your ingredients, different things that are coming out. So that is protected by contracts, by confidentiality agreements, by work made for hire agreements. Like you have to protect it that way. And then we do the other portion that a lot of people forget, which is the monitoring and enforcement. You have to be able to control your brand. And what I mean by that is if I open up a box of Nikes and it didn't have a check mark on my sneaker, but instead it had the Adidas three stripes on it, that's a problem, right?
Right.
That
Right.
means either Nike ain't doing their job or Adidas is using Nike stuff. Somewhere along the line, something is off. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to monitor it. That's why you'll see like brands like Nike and Louis, it's funny because there's so many fake purses out there for Louis Vuitton, but they do round them up. There was like an article recently written about how much a big shipment was stopped at the port of counterfeit bags, right? Because they have to, and they can't be like, nah, it's all right, we'll let Chinatown get their change. No, like they gotta stop those. Even if it keeps happening, every single time they have to stop it.
They had they we have this flea market thing up here,
Mhm.
and so they have a lot of like knockoffs and stuff like that. So anybody, they used to have the Air Force ones, they used to have a whole bunch of those as knockoffs, right? So one day the cops came rushing through the whole flea market taking everybody's Nikes, and just, yes, they came through and took everybody's stuff.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
But they don't play about that because
No, they do not.
it is a violation of federal law because
Yeah.
counterfeit products is against the law.
Right. And they've been staying that place out. So they were waiting for the moment.
Girl, and but people, so that's the other thing. There's this misconception that okay, as soon as I get this trademark certificate, everyone's gonna no longer try to steal my stuff. No, I don't want to sell you that lie. That's definitely not the case. It's like saying, okay, I built a house and I put a security system so no one's gonna try to break in. They're
Right.
still gonna try to break in. Your security system's gonna go off. It's gonna warn you. That's the monitoring, right? And it's gonna call the cops, or wake you up and you handle it yourself. That's
Right.
enforcement, right? So there's a reason for that. So same thing, you get it registered. If someone's using it without your permission, your attorney can go in, send a cease and desist letter, or we can take them to court, and you then qualify for the ability to sue in federal court. So the reason you're registering it is so you are prepared when someone does attempt to break in, because they will.
Mm-hmm.
80% of small businesses have their brand stolen.
And this
80%.
is what I was telling people in here when they were have their social media names, but they don't have anything protected. I'm like, you need to speak to my girl Kendra, because you're gonna have you're gonna get recognized for that name, but you're not gonna be able to use it when you're ready to use it.
Yep.
And you're gonna have to change it.
Yeah. The cost of rebranding is more expensive than the cost of getting your brand registered and protected in the first place. It is
Mm-hmm.
way more expensive.
Right. So
Yeah.
can you tell them what kind of services that you and your company offers?
Sure. So we offer, when I say brand protection, we're talking about the trademark registration. We also do, if you're not quite sure about a brand, but you're enjoying building it and you're like, you know what, I want to invest time and money in it, but I'm not quite sure. We actually now have a product called the brand profitability report, where we can do the research on the brand for you, see if it's a brand that you should continue building on. We can tell you if there's conflict. And then we can also address, like, hey, these are all the different areas you can use this brand. So we provide you with, hey, this is how you can make money from it. This is what you need to protect. This is the rabbit hole you need to be going under, you know? So that's the brand profitability report. And then we have, in addition to that, we do the brand monitoring and enforcement. So we monitor the brands on a daily basis. We send out the cease and desist letter. Our new thing, our new thing. One of the things that we've been doing a lot of work on lately is the fake profiles that are popping up, that are using similar names or very similar
Yes.
names, and then
Yes.
they're doing it to confuse people or get you to buy from them. And so we've been doing a lot of work in that space and taking down profiles that are counterfeiting. And then one of the last things that we have, and that's, we're actually about to announce that early next week, is our Protect to Profit training, where now not only you have us teaching you as, okay, we're going to do your trademark applications, but we're actually teaching you what you need to be doing in order to get that brand value to $1 billion or more.
Right.
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 So, what are the different areas of your brand you can be launching into? We also go over with you the basics on brand protection, building out your brand portfolio, and basically adding to that competitive advantage that you want in the marketplace.
Now, I'm not even going to say anything, but
What?
I'm
Go
not even going
ahead.
to say anything because we need to do it. So I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to put it in the air. I don't want to put it
Okay.
in the air. So logos, should they protect their logos?
You should protect your logo. What you talking about? Your logo is an asset too. First of all, I'm not the one to say, should I protect this or not? Let me just tell y'all, I believe in brand protection full on, right? To the point where I've registered trademarks for my kids' names. They don't know what they want to sell yet, but I know they're gonna probably need their name. So
Right.
we've taken a step to protect their name. So I'm not the one, because I want you to have $1 billion portfolio. So of course you
Right.
can put your logo in it, put all your stuff in it. To me, it's like, how do I put it? It's almost like you're trying to say, I don't know which one's gonna pop off.
Right.
Okay, so put them
Right.
all in there, right?
Just in case. Right.
And yeah, because you never
I,
know. Like, okay, I remember reading this lady, Tia Marie and 50 Cent. 50 had their little fight, right? And then she was like,
mhm.
I ain't got it. And he was like, ooh, I'm gonna register it as a trademark. I ain't got it.
Right.
No one really realized this, but because I am a trademark nerd, I looked up I ain't got it years before someone else had applied for it.
Uh-huh.
And they got it what's called an office action, which, if you are doing trademarks, an office action is a notice from the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And they never responded to it, and the trademark application went abandoned. So
Okay.
had they really saw their thing through and registered it, they could have been the ones sending 50 a note, like, that's my brand. What are you doing?
Right.
But they
You
didn't
can
do
use
that.
that.
Exactly, right? Because they didn't think to do it. So then what happened was he ended up applying for it. I know he didn't do anything with it, but at the end of the day,
Right.
still, it would have been funny, right? It would have been
Right.
like,
And he would have only did it to piss her off because you know how he is. He very petty. Very petty.
yes,
So let
very.
me tell you, she's not my friend, but I used to work for this brand, right? And so what she did, because she was in the makeup space, right?
Uh-huh.
And so she was becoming one of the biggest small makeup companies, I guess you could say, right?
Hmm.
So she would go and she would check to see if people trademarked their names. And if they didn't, she went and trademarked their name so they couldn't use the name anymore. Petty, petty, petty. Yes, that's what she used to do.
Well, you want to know something? Had they contacted me, so there's a way they could have gotten their name back. It would have been a fight, but they
Yeah.
would have been able to. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know that. So when they go and they check their name, they're like, oh my God, someone stole my name. There's nothing for
Yeah.
me to do. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, if you hire an attorney that's actually in this space, they can show you the loopholes and what you need to do to get your name back. Right? It's
Right.
almost like Michael Jordan in China. I write about it in
Mm-hmm.
the book, right? Michael Jordan's name was like transcribed in Chinese, and this whole brand was built up with it. I mean, like they had over like 50 something trademarks with his name, all
Wow.
the way down to the number 23. They even
Mm-hmm.
had a trademark on his son's names. Like they were not playing.
Wow.
So they were holding on to these trademarks and they launched retail stores. I mean, when I'm telling you they were in it to win it, they were in it to win it. So Michael Jordan finally, like Nike finally decides, oh, we should register Jordan's name, transcribe, because they use his name a lot.
Right.
When they went to do it, they were like, oh no, you can't register this. It's already registered.
Wow.
And then Nike started a whole 10-year fight. 10 years they were fighting for this name.
Mm-hmm.
And the judge ruled in their favor, but they only got like $49,000 in damages. This is $1 billion brand, right?
49,000 over 10 years?
Yes, that's it.
Wow.
Now, the court said the reason that they couldn't get, and here's the worst part, they couldn't get the trademark back. The
Mm-hmm.
brand now owns his name and is using his name, but they stopped them from selling the products, but they could
Right.
not get the trademark back because they had missed the window. It had become incontestable. That's also something that can happen.
Right.
So what ended up happening was they shut them down. They couldn't sell any more products, but they have the number 23. They have their own Jumpman logo. It doesn't look as Slim Jordan. It's more of like a chubby guy, but they have one. Okay.
Like we got the actual Jordan.
Yeah, like it was crazy. So y'all need to not be sitting on your own names, especially if you're working with manufacturers overseas. Okay, do not play. They will register your name. Like there are so many cases of this, and you only have a certain window of time that you can go in and protest to get your name back, right? So definitely do it, right? Because if you're someone, and we call it common law rights. So before you register a trademark, if you're the one that owns it, you have what's called common law rights. I call them common law wives. Okay. I call them common law wives because they have limited rights. In some states they recognize common law wives, and other states they're like, we don't do that.
Exactly.
So,
There's not a thing.
it's not a real thing, right? So under common law rights, you're only protected in the area you're known. Right? And then there's state rights. So some people out there actually have state trademarks, right, registered in their state. But again, it's limited. It only protects you in your state. So
Right.
what we usually apply for our clients is federal, so that it protects you in all 50 states at once. So with the federal trademark, right, if someone owns state and common law, it's a conflict. So that's why we do our search on a 3-tier level, because I don't want no common law wife popping up at your wedding.
Right.
So we do those searches because although they have limited rights, they still have rights.
Right.
And so if you're in that space where someone has taken the time to register your name and you didn't do it on the federal level, you may still have the ability to enforce your rights. You just have to have the right attorney to do so.
Okay. Because you know what? I noticed there is Juvia's Place, the makeup, right?
Yes.
So there is a Juvia's in Miami. I think it's a restaurant or something, right?
Yes.
The logo looks very similar to the and it's her children's name. So it's like it's something she meshed together. And I'm like, how could they have done that? And she didn't have you as her attorney, obviously. But
let's talk a little bit about that. So you bring up a good point. So trademarks are class specific. So what could have happened for her is she's doing makeup.
Right.
And so they're doing a restaurant. So technically it shouldn't be a conflict. So like there's Dove chocolate and Dove deodorant, right? So they shouldn't be a conflict. But can I tell you, with the right attorney, like she could have gotten into a space where it potentially could have been a conflict.
Right.
That's also where strategy and planning comes into play, because with the right registrations, you can expand your protection to, incorporate some things that are similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, you
About
know,
that.
we need to talk about that too.
We do.
We need to talk about that too. Okay, so let people know the benefits of doing it with you and doing it on their own, like going to LegalZoom or wherever little, website you can
Yeah.
go to, the benefits.
Honestly, go. Let me just be honest with y'all. If you're thinking about LegalZoom and that's what's in your budget and that's what you want to do, understand that LegalZoom is not going to be your attorney, right? LegalZoom is not going to give you strategy. LegalZoom is not going to have that conversation where we're like, hey, this is where you need to build and protect. LegalZoom is going to say to you, oh, let's say, for example, you tell them, I want to sell coffee mugs. This brand is for coffee mugs. And you put that in there. Like, this brand is for coffee mugs. I want to sell coffee mugs. They will put exactly that in your application.
Right.
That's not supposed to be in your application, but they will put it because they really do not care, right? They're just there to accept and do applications. We're not an application mill. That's not what we're about. Like, we
Right.
specifically take the time to do discovery calls. We specifically take the time to make sure that each client that asks Nikki each time, like before she even became a client, like, let's talk, make sure our energies match, make sure we're a good match, make sure we're a good fit, because it is a long process.
Oh my gosh, super long. I'm like, Kendra, when is it happening? When is it happening?
Yes, and then like so much can happen. So I always tell people prayer, patience, and positivity.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Prayer, patience, and positivity. We will work, we will get it done, we will get the application. I don't believe in leaving any application on the floor. Okay, we don't, no applications, no trademarks left behind. However, right, what you do need to understand is if there is what we call litigation, meaning your application is contested, there's filings, there's proceedings, LegalZoom's not going to do that for you.
Right. Right.
Okay. Also, when you are filing your application, you can get what's called an office action. They're not going to respond to that for you, right? These are all parts of why you actually need an actual attorney that's going to take the time to see your application all the way through. I've had so many people reach back out to us and be like, okay, they said they're not going to handle it. We need to hire you. Because they're not. They're literally, that's not their space. Their thing is, let's get as many applications in as possible and keep it moving. Because
Right.
they know USPTO is not going to refund you.
At
They're not
all.
going to refund you. And then you
They,
stuck.
they are not, because I did remember I told you I had tried to do my trademark before by myself,
Yep.
and nope. That it was sitting right there on the floor until I got you. It did not work. And you're like, okay, make sure that, okay, so they say that we can't do blah, 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 blah. So are we doing this? Like, you kept checking in with me to make sure that everything was correct. And I didn't have that. So they were like, okay, so, once they say that, you're rejected or whatever it is, and you need to find an attorney, I'm like, well, I don't have an attorney. Who am I supposed to speak to? You
Yeah.
can't ask them questions. So it just sat there until I got you. And then I'm like, okay, so now I knew, okay, so we couldn't use certain things. All right, I can't use that. But just make sure this is, but yeah,
Like,
so
we had that conversation and we go over the search results with you. And I'm like, okay, this is what we're seeing. This, you got to clean this up. Like,
right,
we have those conversations because for me, I want to see your brand outlive me, outlive you, outlive my great great grandkids. Like, I want your great great grandkids to be collecting them checks, right?
that's
I
right, that's
want them
right,
to get that Disney long money, right?
that's
And so
right.
in order for us to do that, it has to be protected the right way. Are you able to practice in all states? Yeah, it's federal. I do federal trademark registration, so it doesn't matter what state you're in. We can file your application for you.
So we have another question. Oh, I didn't know I could do this. Hey, look, I got things going on. All right. So Stephanie has a question. She wants to know how much it can cost to trademark your brand.
That is such a great question. So Stephanie, like, we have packages that range from either 2,999 to like 1,399. It all depends on which package you want to go for. But that's usually what our cost is around.
And okay, so let me just let you guys know. It's not about selling because everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. But initially, it may seem like it may be out of your budget. But in the long term, do you want to try to fight for your brand to get it back? Or you want to take the right steps and get it right the first time so you're not trying to fight to get it back? You know, so sometimes you have to figure out, like sometimes you have to put that money up there. Cause I was like, Kendra, I got to pay this on top of the fee. And then you was like, and how many classes you want to do it? And that too? I was like, all right, just let's go. But you have to do it.
The cost to rebrand is a lot more money than the cost to do the application in the first place. Just putting that out there. So if you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, this is a lot. I know some of y'all pay $5,000 for a website, $10,000 for a website, and then you don't make sure that it's your brand or that you can own it and that you can protect it. And what happens is you get sued. Not only do you have to pay me, not only now you have to rebrand. Like that's way more expensive than what it would have cost for you to do it right the first time.
That's right. So you have to invest in yourself. And that is one thing that I will advocate to the ends of the earth is you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your brand, especially if you're planning on this is going to be your brand and this is your legacy. You know what I mean? Because it may not affect you, but let's say something happens to you and you pass away. And then that's when you see everything, all the things that weren't protected, like DMX and his money and his assets and everything you see was not protected and somebody else owns your name. And you know what I mean? Like they just, they see to come up and they quietly waiting for that moment.
For those that are asking, is brandprotector.com is the website that you go to. And there's one last thing I'm going to add to that is the brands that are sitting with trademark registrations, just in case you are still on the fence. For me, I don't want to scare you guys into it. It's not about scaring. I want you to run to it because the money is there, right? 20% increase in their revenue. They got 20% more revenue than brands that aren't. 20% more. That is awesome. I don't know about you, but 20% more is a good number to me. But how about this? They're actually more profitable and more successful than businesses that don't. And the reason is because when you know you own your brand, when you know you own it, you'll invest in it more.
Right.
You'll put more out. You'll put more in. So, you know, it's like those people that if they rented, when they used to rent, it's like, I rent. But when they buy
and I don't care about it.
Like when you became a handyman and you doing all these upgrades, and like, because they own it. They're like, it's mine. Let's
That's right.
LED lights. Let's, you walk in their house, you're like, what? Why do you have a marble counter? Like, what is this? Right?
Right.
Because they're doing all these upgrades because they own it. And it's the same thing with your brand. Once you know you own it, the amount of investment that you do in it increases and the amount of money you get out is going to increase because you know it's yours.
That's right. Okay, so we have
a business expense. Someone was asking, would this be? It is a business expense. Your legal fees are tax deductible.
Y'all heard that? So you already know. Put it in with your IRS paperwork.
Okay, get it in. It's almost the end of the year. You better get it.
You better get it.
Okay.
This is the time to buy your big things.
Yes. I saw a question about, do you need to register an entity before you set it up? No, you don't need an LLC or corporation. Can I tell you, you don't even need to sell a product. You don't need a customer, no nada. All you need to say is, Kendra, this is what I want to use as my name or my logo or my slogan. And then you say, this is what I want to sell. And that's it. You don't even have needed to launch anything before you start the process.
Right. And how long do they have to renew it? How long does it last?
Great question. So the trademark, once you have your certificate, you're looking at year 5 and 6 is when you have your first renewal and your second renewal in 9 and 10. And then after that, we'll send you like the updates. But, that's generally when you're looking at those two. It's not like an every year thing like your LLC or your corporation.
Right. Okay, so will they be sending you my letter?
Yes. So I had a brand box in here. So I could show. I know that's.
Oh, yes, you have. Oh my gosh. First of all, you guys have to see this beautiful experience that we were talking about experiences and branding the previous week, right? So we had someone on and we were talking about branding and marketing, and you have to give your customers an experience. And I have never seen an experience like the experience that you give your customer, your clients, I should say, because she has this beautiful box. Is the certificate is in there. There's information in there. Yeah. She tells you like what should we protect next, because she's going to make sure that you stay protected. And you know, like I said, we're not promoting one way or the other. It's totally up to you, but you should definitely get everything that you can protected. If you know that your name is something that you know you use and you think is unique. Yeah. Didn't they say that a lot of people were trying to get Blue's name, Beyonce's?
Yes. Poor Blue. You know, but it's a cute name. I was gonna show, like, I don't have a box prepared, but this tissue paper took so much time to put together.
I don't have the box, but look at my tissue paper.
Tissue paper right here, y'all. It was a lot of work. We take the time to get the envelope that we put it in. When I tell you, the first time we ordered this envelope, girl, the R was like this, right? I said, and I know no one would have cared, but that's how much like time and energy. I was like, no, we got to reorder it with the R turnaround. So we got envelopes that go this way. He was like, you're going to have to find some way to use that. I'm like, no.
Nobody needs it.
Nobody needs to see that one. He's like, that is not eco-friendly. But like, even like, I know when you get your box, Nikki, I know I'm going to hear about it, but even the box has a signature scent. Like, we took the time to put like scent in there. Like, we went all out with the box, but I wanted it to be an experience. And that's why I tell people all the time, like, people are going to copy you. You know this. People are going to copy you. What they cannot copy is the experience, right? When I drive down the street in a Mercedes and when I drive down in a Honda, we driving down the same road, but the experience is totally different. Right. And it's the same way for your customers, right? The experience, your competitive advantage are all these things. All these things make a difference in what you're doing. So, you know, don't worry about people copying you. Trust me, Nike's not worried about Vans. They're not worried about Reebok. They're not worried about Adidas. They copy from each other all the time.
All the time.
But they know that they each bring something different to the marketplace. So if you're sitting here going, I'm afraid someone's going to copy me. No. When you are doing it right, when you are the market leader and you really
they're going to copy.
They're going to copy you.
Yep.
But prepare for it because you're already ahead of them.
Right.
The fact that they're copying you means you're already ahead of the game. So all you need to do is keep doing your thing. And here's the thing, you're not pizza. You can't please everyone. And you shouldn't be looking to please everyone. Everyone's not going to be your ideal customer. So if that person goes that way, that is what they were attracted to. You focus on your game. And Nikki is doing a good game, y'all. Okay?
Thank you.
It's amazing. Right? She's focusing on her.
That's right. Because and this is what I was saying to, you know, the people in here, you know, you're going to find your tribe. Your tribe is going to come to you. You don't have to worry. If they went to somewhere else, that's where they were already going. Just like you said, you keep your blinders on and you keep moving in your direction because you're going to slow yourself up looking left and right.
Girl.
You want to slow yourself up?
No. So we do have a different fee that our clients pay for the renewal filing because each renewal requires something different. What's the website? I want to look into pricing. So just give you guys a heads up. Our price, you cannot purchase the trademark registration package without a discovery call first.
Because she needs to make sure that you guys are the right fit. She's not just taking anybody. And if you're not going to do the work, you could just forget about it.
You've got to make sure it's a good fit. You know, I may not be your cup of tea, and that's fine. I understand that. I got too much energy. I'm quite sure. I get it. So I want to make sure we're a good fit. So we have a discovery call. So when you go to the website, brandprotector.com, the first thing it's going to ask you to do is schedule a discovery call. Schedule the call. Go to the call. have the conversation. You will go through the packages with you, and we'll answer your questions, right? But we got to make sure it's a good fit. Okay, it has to be a good fit because I'm going to pour into you and I'm going to be there. And Nikki knows we get on the phone, be like, Nikki, this is where we at with these applications. And, we talk and look, we family, okay?
Right, by now.
We family, okay?
Right.
Like, this is a long-term relationship.
Yes.
My clients know. And if they call me out, I'm like, okay, I got you, right? We look out for each other and we have real conversations because, like I said, my goal is to see her brand billion-dollar brand plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's in a great industry. She's not in something that she can't do it in. She can definitely do it, right? And then she has the ability to do it with this brand that she's building. So book your discovery call, have the conversation, and go from there.
Okay. Everybody looks like they're enjoying the content. If you guys have any questions, you got to let us know because Miss Kendra's on tour right now and she's booked for 8:30. So you got to get your questions in. So if there's anything that you want to know, make sure you ask right now. Yvonne says she's going to be contacting you.
Aww.
And she says this is great content. Kara says that's right. Know your market. Kay Hopkins agree. So if any of you guys have any questions right now, let's get them in so we don't keep her over her time so she can make her next performance.
You are so funny. So just a heads up, my next performance isn't until 8:30. You got me for a few, but I will take a few minutes to drink some water. So in regards to that, actually, I'm not usually double booked. First of all, I'm not usually double booked. However, I know it's coming up towards the end of the year, and actually the second one I'm really excited about too because have you seen her shoes?
No.
Girl,
I seen the poster,
the flyer.
Yes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go see. That's how I knew you was double booked. Yeah. But I clicked on it and then I got off.
I hope you come to it. But
yes, I will.
I really want to start. Hopefully next year we'll start having it where we can have client socials and networking and meetups. So because there's so much synergy between some of you that it would be great for you to connect or even have those conversations, right? But yeah, she has a luxury shoe brand, and like I bought her shoes. My daughter walks around the house in it all the time. Just like I don't understand why at 9 you're walking around my house in a $600 shoe, but
you already started her out.
Girl,
but you created a monster already.
I know. I love it because I'm interested in hearing her brand story.
Right.
So I'm excited about it. Do come to that. But outside of that, Nikki killing it. Can you give us an idea of what will be needed for the discovery call? Girl, Cara, go fill out that form. Stop playing on here. You don't need nothing but yourself. And then we have the conversation. You're good. The name that you want to use and what you want to use it for. And come on, let's go. What's the website info? Brandprotector.com. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to everything that's coming up, especially for you, because man, I can't wait to see in your brand box. I'm not even gonna lie.
Let me tell you, it's gonna be a whole party when that brand box get in here. It's going to be a whole situation. You're gonna be like, why is Nikki like this? It's gonna be a whole situation. A whole situation.
You showing up in a gown? Listen, one client
in a gown in the bathtub. I'm gonna give you scenes.
One client said she has a Christmas party coming up. She's like, I'm doing it there. This other client's like, we gonna have all the family for my YouTube channel. And I'm just like, you guys don't know how excited I am to hear about this because we were building, and this is again a part of product development. We were building this for a minute. I would say about 2 years ago, I got the thought like, hey, I want my certificates to be delivered, not just in the mail. Like I want it to be something that you can feel like, oh wow, I can feel like I really did this. And so we started building out the box, and we started, I'm looking at it right now. As you look at me, look this way. Like I have
Yeah.
like 50 boxes of test boxes, and like we went back and forth, different printing company, like looking at the quality, like putting, like it was a labor of love. But
Right.
what makes it all worth it is the way everyone's so excited about it, and like they are genuinely like, oh my god, I can't wait to get one.
Right.
Like,
And I can't wait because, like I said, I waited 10 years to even try to trademark my name. And then on top of that, I had a failed trademark. Like it just sat there. And, I needed an attorney. And I was like, I can't do this. And then I got you. And I'm like, once I get this, oh no, it's a whole situation. It's a situation. I'm gonna do a video. There's gonna be a trailer. It's gonna be a live. It's gonna be a party, balloons. Like it's going to be a situation. It's definitely going to be, because I did it. You know what I mean? I did it, and even through the pandemic, because remember my paperwork got messed up, and there was nobody working, and it was just a whole hot mess. I was like, is that ever gonna happen? And then you was like, no, I got it, don't worry. So I'm at ease.
And you're gonna get more. I think the first one, just like parenting, your first kid's always when you're pregnant and going through it, you like, God, when am I gonna have this kid? By your second one, you're like, okay, this is just a part of the third one. You just wake me up when the baby gets here, right?
Right.
So, that's all it's gonna be. The first one, the anticipation, but you've passed. I don't want to get out too much, but you passed the hardest part. We're just waiting for the arrival.
Yes. So we have another question from Kara.
I am an attorney, Kara. Get off of here with this. No, I'm on TV. I am a real attorney.
In real life.
I got a bar card and everything. I was sworn in almost 10 years ago. Next year will be my 10th year. I'm so excited. You thinking you gonna do the most with your box, girl? When I get my 10-year law anniversary going, it's gonna be a situation. Like,
right? See, it's gonna be a situation. It's gotta be. It must be the buns.
It's the buns. So extra. So extra. Yeah. So 10 years in the game as an attorney coming up next year, and about 15 to 18 years in just dealing with brand management, brand protection, business management, business marketing, and things like that. She said, I believe you. I hope so.
I hope so. Like, my people are legit. My people are very legit.
Okay. Over here. It's okay, Karen. I look too young. I get it, girl. I get it. But yes, thank you so much for having me, Nikki. I really enjoyed this. I'm so excited that you're doing this. I love watching your brand grow. You are absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. And so are you. I love you. I do. I watch you on everybody's live. You were on live yesterday, right? Somebody mobile, and I was like, oh, gotta sit here and gotta listen to this. Gotta hear what Kendra's talking about, because I need to see what else I need to protect.
You heard us talking about the aliens watching chapter 2.
Yes.
You caught that one. It was so over me. I was like, the aliens was trying to come since 2020, but every time they try to land, there's something crazy happening down there. They're like, it's not clear for us to land. Meanwhile, if they show up, we just gonna be like, okay, so y'all here. Okay, anyway, so what's the
right?
Like, we won't be surprised because things have been
not at all
crazy. We'll be like, oh, aliens are here now. Okay.
Well, I thought they've been here, but whatever.
No, they got tired of hiding. They're gonna be like, well, since y'all so crazy now, we don't need our mask anymore. We just don't.
We blend right on in.
Okay. But T was like, I cannot with you. I love chatting with her. And I think coming up next year, I'll do more lives, like more than once a week. It'll probably be like I'm going to try her Monday through Friday strategy. Okay. I don't know if you do lives every day.
No, I go live Tuesdays, and on Thursdays I have a guest.
Okay. Yeah. So she does it every Monday through Friday. Mm-hmm. She said for her business, she's seen a 6-figure return on it.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, babe, we going live. Outfit
every day. You got something to say for every day. Who knew that you could protect the scent? Who
car line in the morning. Okay, you're gonna hear the babies do their morning mantra. Y'all gonna be like, Kendra, we tired of you.
Right?
I'm
Paw Patrol in the background.
They getting a dog. Y'all gonna watch the dog go for walks and take a nap. Like y'all gonna be like, damn, Kendra became a whole influencer. Like, yes.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
yes, I'm planning to show up a lot more in 2022. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing.
That is so awesome. Tell everybody before you go, tell everybody how they can find you besides the website. Where are you at on social media?
So I usually hang out on Instagram. I might not post that often, so don't judge me. But like I said, we're gonna do better in 2022. So Instagram is usually where I am. I have a Facebook, but you know, that's like whole high school people, my mom, some church people. So Instagram is where I usually hang out, and it's my first and last name, Kendra Stephen, and then brandprotector.com. So yeah. Instagram.
And everybody calls you Steven, Stephens, and put that S on. I'm like, I called you Stephen, and I was like, did you see? I had a typo at first, and I was like, nope. I got to go back and fix it.
I keep saying, you know, it's funny. I used to think to myself when I was younger that, you know, I can't wait to get married to like change my last name because people always mess it up. There's like Stefan, Stevens, and I'm like, it's just Steven, like it's the British way.
Right, with no S.
Yeah, but I'm like, boo, I need to get a new last name. Like, but I would literally don't think I would even change it then because
right.
I'm so used to it. But you know, if people can learn how to spell Kardashian, they can learn how to spell Steven.
Right, and they could say it right.
And Kardashian was not easy to learn, but somehow we learned it.
Right, and we know how to spell it properly.
So
is that trademark?
I'm a believing that y'all can spell Steven. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm believing in y'all. I'm believing.
Is Kardashian trademark? Because I'm a trademark. No.
Girl, you know they trademarked everything from the sun up. And it's funny, I was looking. Kim Kardashian Skims, she hasn't completed the full registration process yet, but she actually filed her application, and she did that before she launched, right?
Okay.
And a lot of you are sitting here like looking at these people launching and making their money, like they're constantly filing applications. The Kardashians alone own almost 1,000 trademark applications are in the system, just them. So I don't know, y'all tripping. You know, it might be a limited amount of land, but there is no limitation in the intellectual property space. You can own as much as you want, and I think I'm gonna leave with that.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much. And I would love, you know, I'm building up my community. This is my whole little university for makers and, you know, people that want to make products, they're enthusiasts. I created a community for them to feel encouraged and inspired, because usually when they have, you know, groups like this, it's usually catty, it's a lot of pettiness, it's a lot of copying, and it's not you know, you get discouraged when you're in that kind of environment. So I wanted to create something better and something where everybody can, you know, move and grow. So I want to have you back when I am just on my university.
Of course.
Just there. And then, you know, everybody on YouTube, they'd have to, you know, join the Honor Society in order to get in. But, you know, it's exclusive red rope entry.
Okay.
So I need to have you back. Probably on my unboxing day.
I love it. Congratulations on the new venture. I believe this is amazing. And kudos for you for creating a space that you want.
Thank you so much.
That you didn't like what was there, you created your own. I love it.
Thank you. And you guys can find Kendra on brandprotector.com, and you can find her on, you see her name up there, that's just how she is on Instagram. Make sure you guys go follow her. Make sure you book your discovery call, and even if you do not go with her, still protect your everything that you have going on, because it's all about legacy. And Kendra, thank you so much. You are so amazing. And I'm so excited for everything that's to come.
Oh, I appreciate you having me. Thank you. You guys have a good night and have a great holiday if I don't speak to you guys before then. Bye.
I'll see you at your next one.
Yes, you will. Bye.
See you guys. Okay. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode with Kendra Stephen. And like I said, if you choose not to go in that direction, you don't necessarily have to. Don't feel obligated to do so. But if you should go in that direction, or you want to protect your brand, make sure that you're doing it with somebody that you trust, and that, well, you're not going to trust them, but I trust her because I've been working with her for so long. But make sure it's somebody you know that is going to have your business and your goals in mind, because you, like she said, you protect everything. You could protect scents, you could protect colors, you could protect shapes, you could protect everything, your intellectual property. So you want to make sure that you are protected in every aspect of business, because somebody, like she said, people love to copy, and they will take what you got from under your feet before you even establish it. So that's, that's also when people say don't talk about it, be about it. So, don't advertise so much what you're about to do until you're able to do those things. So if you guys have anything that you would like to ask before we get off of this session, you can ask me now. And she's going to be on, I gotta check, at 8:30. She's going to be on, all right, I'm just gonna find her this way. I just had it. Okay, wait. I gotta start from the beginning. She's gonna be on Kia Martin's page. She don't have a link to it. Kia Martin. KeyMartin. Martin. Kia Martin. She's going to be there at 8:30. If you want to hear some more from her, or just to get more acquainted with her, you're able to follow her over there and see what's going on. But you guys, that was an amazing show. You got some great jewels. And remember, yesterday's prices are not today's prices. You got some information. You got some free gems. And make sure you take that and use it and jump on it right away, so that you can do what's necessary in order for you to start your business. A lot of you guys are saying that not now in here, but a lot of people were saying that they were fearful about starting their business. So instead of being fearful, don't be fearful. Just get it right and start, because as long as you got yourself together, you're going to be okay. So with that being said, I love you guys, and I'm so grateful and thankful that you are here with me today. And if you have not joined the Honor Society, please go and join the Honor Society. I had said the winner for the class from Tuesday was Mo Hope. If you are here, send me a message. But if not, we will find you. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to think of another contest, and I'm going to give away another something. I don't know if I'm going to do it on the live, or I'm going to just do it on Instagram. Oh, no, I'm going to Honor Society. I'm going to do it in the Honor Society. We'll do something in the Honor Society, and that is where I will give the next class away. So you guys have an amazing night, and I will see you on social media. And if you are taking the part, if you are participating in the social media challenge, I'm expecting you in the morning to have a good morning post up, and then tomorrow focus on one product throughout the day and use different aspects of that one product. And that will give you an idea of what to post about, so you're not stuck. Thank you so much, Felicia. Thank you, Latrice. Thank you, Violet. Thank you. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I will see you Tuesday at 7 p.m. And that is it. Good night, y'all.